I'm here with Farmer Jay, and we are at Iwi Fresh.
All right.
We are cooking from, or food prepping from, Stirring It Up with, Spring to the Raw. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner today. So we know that yesterday was a beautiful day.
Right.
And, a lot of folks were out and about. So we said, you know what, let's prepare some food. Let's actually demo some dishes from yesterday's menu and then some from today's menu.
Absolutely.
So on the menu today, we're going to do our smoothie, which is called, it's a mint thang.
It's a mint
So
thang.
we're talking strawberry smoothie with, some fresh mint.
Yes.
We're also going to do our unfried rice.
Yes.
And then we're also going to do
A beautiful kale salad.
This is her signature kale salad.
Kale salad.
And then big ups, we have one of our wonderful participants visiting us,
Hey, everybody.
hanging out, just, first time at Iwi Fresh and just hanging out with us.
All right.
All right, so let's go on ahead and get started. All right, so we didn't eat today because we were waiting for this, right?
That's right.
We hungry. Are you hungry?
I'm a little hungry, yeah.
Awesome. All right,
cool.
so we're going to do our smoothie.
Okay.
All right, so this particular recipe calls for fresh spinach.
Yep.
We're going to do about 2 cups of fresh spinach.
And I went to the market yesterday.
It was a farmer's market day.
We did our farmer's market tour at the Morningside Farmer's Market, and so this is the beautiful spinach that we got.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, and I'll eat that.
Okay, and you see how this spinach is very different than sort of like that baby spinach you get in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
You got these nice, beautiful
so
leaves.
good.
The variety is a little different, and it's just like great flavor. So, how much spinach? Because we're doing.
Yeah, this is good. I think this is good. And actually, I'll let you try as
Try
well.
some?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. What
So-
else are we putting in there?
All right, so we're also going to put some fresh strawberries in.
Okay, so you want to prep
All
those
right.
strawberries a
Yep,
little bit?
yep.
And I went to another market today. I went to the Grant Park Farmers Market, which happens every Sunday, and I got these beautiful strawberries. So these are the first strawberries of the season.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
actually early because we had such a warm spell.
Yes.
And so some of the farmers had strawberries. So beautiful organic strawberries.
Yes. And strawberries, a lot of the menu that we're using for Spring Into the Raw are seasonal. All right. For those of you who don't know, who haven't been following us,
Yes.
what makes this a little bit different is we're going raw, but we're eating with the season.
Absolutely.
And so these are all foods that are available for the spring.
Okay.
We launched Spring Into the Raw on the spring equinox,
Mm-hmm.
which is just really a beautiful time for clearing, renewing, just kind of, sweeping everything out.
Okay.
Getting rid of the old and starting with the new.
Okay, and so you want your foods to be fresh, to be
Yes.
light, okay? And when we were on the farmer's market tour, Laura asked, so why are we using sunflower oil instead of, olive oil?
Right.
That's one of the things. It's a lighter oil because
Right.
spring is still light, we're not going hard.
Exactly.
Okay, does this look like enough strawberries?
You want to add some more? We can.
A few more,
Yeah,
okay.
'cause
And
we're
then the
gonna have
next
some
thing
for
we
folks.
have is fresh mint.
Yes.
Good old mint, so it's gonna have a nice.
Now, is there,
Refreshing.
since this is Farmer Jay, I can ask these questions.
Yes, you can.
What's this particular variety?
This variety is peppermint, right? And I mean, there are all kinds of mint. There's apple mint, which is fruity, very
and I
mild.
saw that yesterday.
There's
in your-
lime mint. Yeah, when we went to the market, we showed people apple mint, right? This is peppermint, which is
Take a bite.
standard. There's also spearmint, which has got a nice bite to it. And so they all have different varying degrees of mintiness. Okay.
All right,
think
so we
just
have
a
our
little bit
mint,
more.
we have our strawberry, we have our spinach,
Now we need some pumpkin seeds.
and then we're going to use our pumpkin seeds. So one of the things that you need to do when you're doing any of these seeds or nuts or any of those things, you want to make sure that you soak. So we have these pumpkin seeds already soaked. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to drain them off, okay?
All right.
And so this is about a cup of soaked seeds. And one of the reasons why we soak our seeds, we want to make sure that we are preserving our enzymes. We want to make sure we're able to digest our foods properly.
All right.
All right.
So that was about a little over half a cup. We're making a double batch, right? And then we're gonna just put a little bit of a spring-approved sweetener, right?
Yes. So 2 of the spring-approved sweeteners for Spring Into the Raw, we had maple syrup,
Maple
and then
syrup.
of course raw honey. All right. Some of you who are really funny about honey, maple syrup.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So a little bit of that. Okay. And how are we gonna get all this going?
All right. We're gonna put in. This is some alkaline water. If you have crushed ice, you can also use crushed ice. But you know, we like our smoothies nice room temperature. We don't want them super, super cold. So we're using alkaline water today.
Okay. Is this good water in mine?
This is good.
Okay, Chef Bee, this
Yes.
is your machine.
All right,
Get
so
at
I'm
it.
gonna come over here. All right, this is my trusty high-powered blender. And as you can see, it's falling apart, but I don't care because it does the job.
Yes. That vitamin. Start slow.
Start slow. And we're gonna make sure everything's all blended properly. Then we're gonna take it up. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I smell the mint.
All right, so I'm taking it up, and then I'm gonna go as high as I can.
So we want it
She
super
wants
smooth.
smooth, and what it's doing is it's just adding a lot of air to the blender. And then pick it up to another level. I have the mint in my mouth. Tastes good already. Couple more minutes.
So when you add like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and water, it's kind of like adding your own nut milk,
Right.
right?
So
And
making
so
the
it
nut
gives it that creaminess without having to buy. So you add the base, water, boom. And you get the protein and the fiber.
All right. All right. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to add this to
Pour
the
it up, pour it
glass,
up.
and then we're gonna garnish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I'm so already hungry.
All right.
All right. So we're gonna garnish this with a little bit of strawberry and some fresh mint,
Mm-hmm.
just so it looks all pretty.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Strawberries and mint over there.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do here, I like the way this one looks.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna cut this down the side like so, and do this.
All right. I'm gonna get the mint.
There we go. Look at that. Gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very pretty and simple. Mm-hmm. There we go.
Okay.
Let me do another one. Do that one. Right here. Get a nice piece. This is it.
Okay.
All right. Bam. All right. So
Strawberry.
this is our strawberry. Or it's a mint thing.
It's a mint thing.
strawberry mint smoothie. It's a raw smoothie. All right. I'm not gonna drink it yet. We're gonna try. We want to take some photographs of our stuff. All right. So that's the first one.
And you see, that was simple.
Right?
It took all of like what, 5 minutes.
Right.
And you've got protein, you've got berry, you have your green, you got some mint that's gonna help clean you out. You got some good alkaline water. I mean, you got a whole meal in a cup.
Absolutely.
Boom, ready to go. Start your day.
Yep.
Mint thing.
All right.
All right.
So now what we're gonna do? Yes.
All right.
Okay. What you want? Yeah. Let me give you a piece.
He's got a little person in the house.
You guys have boom and boom. My kids are doing spring into the raw too.
All right.
Kinda.
Okay.
All right.
They get
so,
to taste all the good stuff.
let me grab this.
All right.
So the next thing up, we want to do the kale salad.
All right.
All right,
Okay.
So this is her thing. She
Okay.
loves making this, and she does a really good job at it.
All right. All right.
All right.
Just my handy dandy recipe. Okay, so kale salad.
Mhm.
Okay, we can use dinosaur kale. We can use curly kale. I went again to the Grant Park Farmers Market. Got this beautiful kale. Everything's organic. It's delicious. Okay, so
Now, is there a difference in nutritional value for the dinosaur?
yeah, so the dinosaur kale is kind of like a long, flatter, bumpy leaf. It just has a lot more green stuff.
Okay, so chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll. Thank you. Okay, I just had a brain fart. It has a should be eating my kale. It has a lot more chlorophyll and is a lot more nutrient dense. It's also known as black kale. You'll also hear called lacinato kale. It's an old Italian kale variety.
Okay.
Used a lot in Italy, but it just grows really well and it's beautiful. It's actually my favorite kale. But they didn't have any at the market. But this kale is you know,
very pretty.
Very beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna have some kale.
All right, so how do you want me to prep this for you?
So we just, you know.
You want me to just chop?
Yeah, take
Or
it
just
off.
take this
Take it off. I just pull it off the
So
stem.
now
like
I
this.
actually like to juice these so that we're not wasting anything.
Yeah, I just pull it off the stem and then just tear chunks into a bowl, you know? All right, then we're adding, you know, some apples, right? I got some fresh, I think these are Gala apples. Pink Ladies are really good. Fuji is really good as well. So you just want to get some fresh apples, right? So we're just gonna chop up some apples. Okay, Chef Bee's doing the kale. I'm gonna chop up these apples.
You know what? You can't go wrong with the salad at all. Like, you know, you just gotta.
Yeah. If you don't have apples, you have pears. Use pears. You know what I mean? So you just want to use something juicy and crunchy, right? So that's your apple, your pear. It could be Asian pear. That's nice and firm and juicy. Different kind of apples. I like to do something a little bit sweeter. The apple variety. If you do a Granny Smith, it's gonna be kind of tart. But you know, I mean, you can do it.
I love honey crisp.
Yeah, honey crisp are delicious.
It's so good.
You know. Yeah. So something just kind of firm, right? So we're just chopping up our apples, and it's kind of chunky, you know. Right.
That's good.
Some nice apple chunks.
Yep.
Right. And this is gonna be.
I was gonna say
This is gonna be a massage kale salad, right? And when we say massage, it's like once we get the dressing ingredients on there, you're just gonna like get your hands in there and just get at it. All right. Then we're going to have some shredded carrots.
All right.
All right.
Let's do it.
This is Chef Bee's
Yes, I like
favorite
this.
tool.
I love using
Okay, it's awesome. So I think that's a lot of kale. I'm gonna chop a few, another half an
All
apple.
right, so this is it's like a slicer. So these are organic carrots. So we wash them really good. So we want to keep some of the nutrients rather than peeling them. So what I normally do with this is I like to have these long slices. And so look at what it does. So I worked with a client yesterday, and you can make like little noodles out of these if you have enough of them, right? And then we're gonna just chop them up into smaller pieces. But yeah, I mean it's so quick and pretty
And fun. I mean, it's just kind of cool to get the right tool and make all these interesting shapes.
I actually saw this a long time ago. Someone made pad thai, a raw pad thai, and they used this device to kind of get their Thai noodles, quote unquote. And so I was like, oh my God, I gotta find that. I found this on Amazon for like $12. So,
Okay.
yes.
And then we can do a yellow carrot, right? Because orange
We can do
carrots.
that. So then I'm just gonna cut it up even finer.
Ooh, we have questions.
You have a question?
Okay.
Yeah, we have a
go ahead.
question.
I noticed you have different color carrots.
Right.
Is there a difference in the nutrients? Is there a difference in the taste? I've only seen the orange variety.
Yeah. So I mean, carrots come in all colors, right? So you have orange, you have obviously here you can't tell too much of the difference. Maybe you have yellow, and this is once you peel, this is gonna really be white. And then there's purple carrots, red carrots, and so you're gonna get all those different antioxidants. Usually, a lot of color in your food are antioxidants. The flavor is the lighter color is milder, and then as it goes darker in color, it's a more stronger, more pronounced carrot flavor.
All right, so
All right.
like this.
Yeah, so she's gonna use that. Get some nice yellow ribbons.
Now we also have a red carrot, right?
Yeah.
But we don't have any of these today.
Yeah. You know, red is not. It's a lot harder in terms of like the seeds are a lot more expensive. Like the red and the purple carrots are really expensive seeds.
Really?
Yeah. Because I mean, it's not a variety that
See often,
that you
right?
see often, and so it costs a lot to grow. But yeah, you know. Then we're going to add some dried fruit. So, you know, we got different layers. We got some fresh fruit, we got greens, we got carrots, and we're doing dried cherries.
Yes.
So we did some research, and you know, that's how we were able to find out like what works really well for our bodies in the springtime, right? And what fruits and vegetables are, you know, spring approved, right? And so cherries. You know, normally this salad I used to do with raisins. So I'm like, okay, we're doing it for spring. What can I use? You can use cherries. You can use dried blueberries. So we put some cherries in there. Okay, and now we want to do some green onions.
All right.
All right.
So we're gonna take a look. These are the spring onions.
Yes.
So they're very, very mild.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna cut off the root part. This
Yeah.
would be kind of the part that goes into the earth, right?
Yes, exactly.
And then we're just gonna make them into little dices.
Yeah, so we're gonna get that.
I actually like the green. They're so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But is there a difference in the flavor between the green part and the white part?
It's just milder. The white part has the more pronounced onion flavor. And if this stayed in the ground, it'll just eventually grow and bulb and become a bulb onion. The green dies back and it gets brown, and then then all of the energy goes into the bulb. And then that's the full life cycle.
Wow.
Right?
See?
Okay.
Story.
And last but not least, peas, right? So we want another little crunch in there. We got apples for crunch. We got a little confetti from the carrots.
Right, so
And now we got
this.
sugar snap peas. Yeah, just kind of slice it in half and get it in there, and that'll be beautiful. All right? While Chef Bee does that, I'm going to get a jar so I can shake up my dressing ingredients.
All right. Yes.
Okay?
So real simple dressing.
Yep.
By the way, we're gonna use that sunflower oil
Yep.
again, and some of these other wonderful
Yum, yum.
flavors that we use for our smoothie.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So let's put that in.
Yep.
All right.
All
Let me
right.
see. I'm gonna look for the lid for this right here.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we're going to start off with our oil base. Okay. We're going to
So
need
how
some
much you
garlic.
think? Yeah, so I can crush that.
Go ahead and crush like 2 cloves of garlic.
And you know, garlic makes everything taste amazing.
Amazing. All right, so I'm going to put maybe about a 1/4 cup of sunflower oil in here. Okay.
All right. Got this.
All right. To that, we're going to add some aminos.
Now, I've been telling people all about these coconut aminos
Okay.
as opposed to the liquid aminos, the soy-based one.
Yes.
This has a lot less sodium. This has 4 times less sodium than the soy.
Okay. So
And really, really good stuff.
we're going to do probably the equivalent of 2 tablespoons in here. Okay.
Let me get mine.
All right. I'm going to continue with liquids. So we're going to now add probably the juice. These are kind of small lemons. So I'm going to do the juice of at least a lemon and a half. We'll start off, and maybe I'll need
These children like to eat.
Right. And so this is the trick I like to use for juicing lemons, right? And catching the seeds and, not having to always pull out tools. I just squeeze it right in my hand. Okay, and you're able to like strain between your fingers the juice, and then the seeds stay right in your fingers, so you don't have to,
Now you can also try this salad dressing with lime juice. People sleep on limes. Limes are amazing, and the flavor is so different.
Yeah.
And so you can do the same thing with limes.
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, but you want a citrus that's tart, right? So if you did orange, it'll all be like super sweet, you know, because it doesn't have enough.
Is this good?
Ooh, yeah, like, can you chop it up a little
A
finer?
little finer?
Yeah.
Nope.
All right, and maybe like,
What else you need?
okay, just gonna cut this lemon in half. Juice some more. So this is it's just kind of light and bright. Okay? And you see how I have the seeds in my hand? Boom, get rid of that and you got all the juice.
So today in
Like, cooking with your
Atlanta,
hands, like, don't be afraid.
today in Atlanta, it's all rainy. Yesterday, you guys were at the farmer's market.
Oh my God, it was beautiful.
And it was so
72
pretty
degrees,
outside.
It was sunny.
It's crazy how this weather has been changing.
And
up.
it's cold. It's beyond, not just rainy, it's cold.
It's cold. It's super cold.
Yeah, it's cold out there.
Is this a little bit better?
Okay, yes.
How much? This is good.
Yeah.
Can I catch up a little bit more in here? All right. So we got our garlic,
Yep. Lemon juice.
lemon juice, sunflower oil,
Okay.
coconut aminos.
All right. We need a little bit of honey and some nutritional yeast.
All right, so we're gonna use the maple syrup instead of the honey,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
And then nutritional yeast. So
This-
this is really
This is what gives it kind of like that creamy,
cheesy.
cheesy,
but it's not cheesy.
Right.
It's like a vitamin. It's B vitamins in this, and it's just really good for flavoring up your food. If you're doing pasta dish, you want that cheesy taste.
Yep.
You're gonna basically get that from this.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do about a tablespoon.
Maybe 1, 2 tablespoons. About 2. Because we're kind of doubling everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
All right, and then our handy dandy spring seasoning mix, right? So this is a mix that we put together that is all spring approved herbs and spices.
Yep.
Right? And it's got some detoxifying.
Some nettles.
Right.
We have some.
So about 1/4.
Yeah, that's good. A little bit more.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of like just a little bam at the end.
Yes.
Okay?
And then we just mix this all up.
Yep. Yeah, and you can shake this. I mean, it's not something you could blend it and make it super creamy if you want, but this is good. So I'm gonna taste it and just make sure there's enough lemon or.
This is. Let me tell you. This is one of the first things that she's made for me. This was years ago, and I was like, okay, I'm loving this. Delicious. It just knocks your socks off.
A little bit more lemons, which I thought I would
You want some
because
more? Okay.
these lemons are small.
Okay,
Oh my
so
gosh,
everything
yum.
is good. All right.
Just want a little bit more bright. Yeah. And because of the aminos, you don't need to add any salt, you know?
You want another one?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. And now
All right, so Jay's gonna love up on the kale.
I am.
All right.
Okay.
Jay's gonna love up. She's gonna massage this in, and really, that's probably the most important part.
Yeah.
All right.
Because that helps to kind of start to soften up and break down your kale. And then all that citrus is also what helps the kale to kind of break down. And it doesn't like cook it, but it just helps to kind of start the tenderizing process.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. The marinating process. All right.
Yes.
So you're gonna start that. So while she's doing that, I'm gonna get started on our last dish. So this was our lunch.
Yes.
And now we're gonna go back to day 5, and we're gonna do unfried rice.
Okay, let me clear this
All right,
off.
so let's clear some things off real quick. So this was inspired by this is one of my favorite places to go in the city. It's called Arden's Garden, and they actually have unfried rice. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's just really, really good. I don't see that anymore there. I think they might have discontinued it, but I'm keeping it going. And this particular dish has all of those wonderful flavors, excuse me here, has all those wonderful flavors of Asian-inspired foods, but there's no rice, you know, not a lot of carbs, just a lot of goodness and a lot of liveness.
Okay.
All right, so that's what we're going to do today.
So let me just show y'all real quick how I'm massaging this kale while Chef Bee gets set up. Okay, for the raw fried rice. Or the unfried rice.
Unfried rice.
Okay, so you just pour your dressing ingredients over. All that. And when we say massage,
We mean it.
clean fingers, hands, and you just get in there and you massage your kale.
Massage
And you
it
see how
good.
I'm kind of squeezing it in there? Right? So just massage that kale. And it gets beautiful and glossy. And you just want to get the kale from the bottom, bring it to the top. Right? And this is how you massage your kale. And then you just kind of let it sit for a little bit, right? And that's it. That's done. And when you eat this salad, we'll show you plated
it's
at the
really,
end.
really
Oh my
good.
gosh.
Super good. Super duper good.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
You ready for me?
Yeah, I'm ready for you.
Okay, so what we're gonna do first, we're gonna get our fried rice, unfried rice going. We have some cauliflower here, all right, and a lot of this is gonna happen in the food processor. So what I'm gonna do here is just take off this back of the cauliflower, all right, and just cut these up into manageable pieces. Oftentimes you'll see in a lot of raw dishes replacements for rice, okay? So one replacement for rice is sunflower seeds. Another replacement would be something like cauliflower, because really when you process it, it turns into rice.
Yeah. Just a nice crumbly white.
you know,
rice-like in texture.
Just give people that feeling like, you know, they're doing something. All right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this a little at a time. All right?
Yeah. And that's the thing why we say eat where you are, because it's kind of like you got to meet people where they're at. You know, I mean, if you just go all the way super foreign, and people, they don't have an entry point. They're like, oh, I don't know what to do. This looks so different. So, those are some of the tricks.
All right, so take a look. Look how it turns into like snow. And sometimes you get larger pieces left over, but that's okay. So what we're gonna do is, again, we're just gonna process a little at a time. So I'm gonna reserve the rice that I make into a bowl, and we're gonna make sure everything goes in that bowl. All right, so let me add those little pieces here. Okay, and again, I'm trying to help this thing along.
It's so good.
Yeah, I'm excited to eat the salad.
That is so good. Wow, like it's like I always forget how good stuff is, and then I make it and I'm like, oh, wow,
Yeah, right. Well, you can cook. This woman is a farmer, but she can really prepare food very, very well.
I love food.
And we enjoy cooking together. So.
But I do a lot of healthy. You know, I love healthy. I love food that gives me energy. Because I mean, that's the purpose of food. Like, you know, that whole like I eat and then you're like the itis and you're tired.
Yeah, that's
food
not
shouldn't
where
make
it's
you
at.
feel that way. Like food is there to give you energy and to energize you. It's fuel for your body to do what it needs to do. So if you're eating foods and you're always getting like tired, your body's like, whoa, shut down.
Right.
Because I need all the energy to digest what you just put in here. Because it's not the best, right? So you want food that just like you eat it and it like literally gets to your cellular level and you're like, whoo, joke.
And I'll tell you what, since I've been doing this cleanse, I've been feeling amazing. I feel very, like I have a lot of vitality, you know?
I've been getting work done that I've been procrastinating on for a very long time. But you know how winter is, you just want to like
Sleep.
hibernate.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
it's cold. So that's part of the reason why we started this cleanse, you know, years ago. Because I was just kind of like, yo, I know I need a reset for my body from winter into spring, you know?
All right.
So it's mental.
Show you what this looks like.
Yep.
All right, so cauliflower rice. You can buy this at the grocery store.
Already done.
Already done. Sometimes when you buy though, it's not as crumbly as this. It's actually bigger chunks,
Yeah.
but still cauliflower rice.
Okay.
All right, and then next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna add some carrots.
Yep.
Again, I'm just putting everything in the blender. I think I need to turn this around. See? This is what happens when it's not facing you. Sometimes you have some technical challenges. So I'm going to pull this all out.
Get that blade right.
And get the blade right. There we go. And then I'm going to add these back.
And food processors have a lot of fail-safe mechanisms. Y'all saw Chef Beee with her hands all in there.
I know.
Something was gonna happen.
Yeah.
because That's got to be turned the right
Yeah.
way. This lid has to be on. It's
like-
got to be locked in. So
I love it, but I hate it at the same time. All right. Perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. All right.
All right.
And then we're gonna add sunflower seeds also.
okay, perfect. All right, and so we have sunflower seeds that have already been soaking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That out.
All right. You're gonna do a little blitz on that.
Yeah. Then actually, we need to run some of this off again.
Drain it. Ooh. We're about to have a 3-course meal.
I know.
All raw.
I'm excited.
All amazing. All delicious.
All right. So sunflower seeds.
Uh-huh.
Where's my lid? Where's my lid?
Right here. And see, guys, like when you're prepping, you can make everything all at one time. You saw how we made everything for the whole day? Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to become like, oh my god, I gotta make lunch during
See?
lunchtime.
Bam. Okay.
So
And
this
they
is a
are
great
still,
technique.
there's still some pieces that are a little whole, but that's okay.
All
All right.
into the bowl.
All into the bowl. All right, and then I'm gonna also add some snow peas.
All right.
we're gonna add some green onions. You can help me cut those up.
Yep.
And I'm gonna also add another little secret weapon. I'll tell you about that in a minute.
Okay.
All right. All right, so let me do this. Let me take off some of the skin of the ginger. I'll take off just a little enough like so. And we're just gonna peel it, okay?
And actually, you realize you already took this chopped up garlic that we had.
Yeah, I did. I did that on purpose.
No.
I just threw it in there. Yes, I did. I was like, why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gonna taste
So we're
really
gonna
good.
need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put this in the blender, and that's gonna be the last thing that I mix. And the ginger's gonna just.
Oh my God. So that's that raw fried Asian flavors, you know, garlic, ginger.
Right.
The aminos are gonna be your sesame, you know.
Now, if we were doing this at a different time of the year, we would add sesame seed oil and sesame seeds. But because we're doing it now,
Springtime.
we're just really trying to make up for those flavors with our ginger and making sure that we got that stuff.
Right.
Here we go. I'm gonna do this until it gets really, really fine. There we go. Smell that? It's very mild. You want to smell? This one too.
Oh yeah.
Smell it, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I like scraping the sides because that's where all the good stuff lives.
Yep.
So we're adding that. Okay. Got my green onions. All right. I'm gonna add in a little bit of this. They're small enough. It's okay. All right. Gonna add our green onions.
Need more?
I think we're good. Let's get those snow peas in.
Okay.
Okay. And then while Farmer Jay is doing that, I'm gonna add some essential oils. You know I love my essential oils.
Okay.
So we added the ginger, the fresh ginger, but this, it just elevates it even further because it's really, really, really strong.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add like maybe, I think, 3 drops.
3 drops. This big old bowl.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's just gonna, that's gonna give us a
And then we
And
got
that's
some more
ginger
green.
essential oil?
This is ginger essential oil, yes. All right.
And
That's
these
some
are,
nice-
you can't just use any old essential oil off the shelf, right?
No, you cannot. You have to use really high-end, pure, potent essential oils.
Right?
We're
These are-
using doTERRA, so that's
Right.
the brand. It's a
Therapeutic
good-
grade.
Certified pure therapeutic grade, which allows you to use it internally, aromatically, and also topically. So I use it a lot in the food.
What do we think? We need more?
I think this is good.
That's good. All right.
All right, so now what we're gonna do is douse this with a little bit of sunflower oil.
Yeah.
All right. And then we're gonna do our coconut amino.
And then, bam, right at the end,
Seasoning.
a little spring detox seasoning blend. And all of this, you know, we're well into our full group cleanse, you know, folks that are joining us online and our
Yeah.
private Facebook group. So if you didn't get a chance to participate in that way, it's okay. You can still,
Yeah, you can get the whole kit and do
you
it
can
on your
still
own.
get the whole kit, ebook,
Mhm.
okay? We use our veggie wash to rinse off vegetables that, you know, are not super raw. I mean, that are not organic or, you know, you're just buying regular produce, it's fine. And then we have our spring seasoning detox blend. This is a mild detoxifying herbal blend that we just put on our fruits and veggies. Good?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice, very light.
Okay.
Very, very.
Okay.
Add a little bit more of this.
Okay.
Mm.
And you know, when we cook together, we're always just, you know, you taste your way through, but you like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you
I
know.
love it.
But the recipe book has all the ingredients, all the right proportions, you know.
Yes.
And then you can always play, you know, if you're like, I think I want a little bit more or something, you know, that's okay. That's, you make it work for you, but you have a good foundation.
All right, so I'm gonna let you try.
All right.
I'm excited.
She's like, yes,
I get to try some food.
yeah.
All right, so I want you to try this. Let's get you. Do you have a spoon?
Work.
Okay.
So, Again, very light. Our goal for the spring into the raw is not to overwhelm your palate with a bunch of flavors.
That's delicious.
Right.
Very
We
good.
want you to enjoy your
Yes.
food. We want it to be light. We want it
Right.
to be beautiful.
And look at that.
live.
Does that not look like fried rice?
Yeah.
It does.
Right?
It has all those flavors.
All
Like
the
that
flavors.
salty and
Right.
that ginger.
Mhm.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
That looks
How
so
beautiful that is.
All right, and now we want to give her a little bit of the kale.
Okay.
All right, so let's do that.
Mhm.
You can leave your bowl there. But no one's gonna take it. No one's gonna take it.
Mhm.
Right.
All right, and then we're gonna give you some of that. Mix it together.
So there's the kale salad dressing. All right, we gotta get her because we love this reaction.
Okay. That's delicious. That's delicious.
Yeah,
That's delicious.
yeah,
Bam, bam.
yeah. All right,
You know?
and then I'm gonna rinse this out. I'm gonna give you some smoothies, and you can try that.
All right.
All right, y'all.
Okay, so you know.
Bring it to the raw.
Okay, let's go. I'm so hungry.
Bring it to the
We're
raw.
actually gonna plate this up and take a few pictures because you know
Bring it to the raw.
we're trying to do triple duty here.
Bring it to the raw.
Okay. Beautiful kale salad.
Spring it to the raw.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Spring it to the raw. So this is it's a mint thing.
I actually had mine this morning.
You
Oh,
had
you
yours?
did?
At home.
Okay.
All right, good. So let's just see what you think. If we did all right.
Mhm. Yes,
Yes.
that's good.
Good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Those berries are so sweet.
Yes.
Mm,
When you
mm.
get them from the farmer's market, you get a farmer's pick stuff fresh and ripe. Right? So you're getting it super ripe. When you go to the grocery store, a lot of that stuff is traveling really far. So they might be picking it in Mexico or California. They have to pick it
Before, like, when it's
Underripe.
ripe. When it's ripe.
They have to pick it underripe so it can travel and not get squashed along the way, and then it's in storage, and it gets pulled out of storage, then it gets on the truck, then it goes to the grocery store. So if they picked it when it was ripe, by the time it got to the store, it would be mush. So they pick it unripe, and then they usually do artificial ripening. They'll pump a little bit of gas into a room
God,
wherever
it's
it's being
crazy.
stored, and it just makes the colors come, but you don't get all the nutrients.
See,
that
people don't
happens
know
when it
all of
was
this.
made.
This is the behind the scenes
Right.
information that you need to
Right.
know about ag.
So that's industrial
This
agriculture.
is why you buy your food locally.
Local.
This is why you do it.
Yeah.
If you can spend $100 or $200 on some shoes, then you can afford to buy some really good food.
Right.
That's good for your family.
Shoes, cable,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
Cable.
Cable's mad expensive.
I won't know
Get
about
online,
it.
get a Roku stick, do whatever you need to do, and then take that
Right.
money and invest in your health.
Into your health.
Because the better food that you
No,
eat, the more
come on.
nutrient-dense food that you eat, the better you're gonna feel, and the more you're gonna
No,
stay
it just
away from
makes
the
sense.
hospital and all of that.
You know, I hear folks tell me all the time, oh, it's too expensive at market. Oh my God, marmalade. But that stuff that you're getting at the farmer's market is going to be the best quality possible.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to invest in your health.
The other thing is that spinach. All this stuff is gonna last
this.
longer. They literally picked this a day or two ago.
Look at that.
It's gonna last way longer. You buy stuff in the grocery store, like if you don't eat it before the week's over, it's going bad, it's yellowing, it's getting all mushy in the bag. You don't want that. So you're wasting less food because you have better food.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so today we demoed 3 dishes from our Spring to the Raw
Mhm.
recipe guide. We did our It's a Mint Thing smoothie.
It's a mint
We
thing.
did the kale salad.
Beautiful kale
And then we
salad.
also did our unfried rice.
All right.
All right. Once again, if this is something that's of interest to you, you know, you didn't join us, that's cool. You want to go to eatwhereyouare.net and you can get any of these things that we're offering.
That's
the
right.
spray, the seasoning blend, and the ebook, the bundle,
Right.
the whole shebang. All right.
Absolutely.
Tell them how they can get in touch with you.
They can get in touch with me, patchworkcityfarms.com. Right now, you can go online and you can sign up. You'll start getting information. The website is going to be released very soon, but definitely go there. I'm also on Instagram and Facebook, Patrick City Farms. That's where you're getting day to day a lot more of what's going on and ways that you can engage.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, chefbeee.com. That's with 3 E's. And you know what? A lot of people don't know what the B stands for.
Sure.
Be empowered, energized, and engaged. That's what the B stands for. And so you can catch me on Instagram. I am Chef Bee. Also, essentially Chef Bee on Facebook. And I do menus, meal plans, essential oil education, you name it. And of course, you can get these cooking shows on my website too,
All right.
and on YouTube.
Okay.
All right, y'all. We
Thank
about to
you.
go eat.
Yeah, we are.
You know, we were strategic today. We were like, you know what? We know we had to make food today. Let's just cook the menu so that we got a lot of it.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm about to eat.
I'm about to.
Okay.
All right, y'all. We're going to catch you guys next week. We have Sharon of Rossum. It's Rossum. And she will be joining us talking about juicing, and she'll be here next Sunday. All right, so we'll talk to you soon, and enjoy your Sunday.